Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Now I'm going to take you through my video over here, which is going to be called Do-It-Yourself Tune-Up by Your Home Mechanic. What's happening here every time at the month of March or now April, first week of April, I love to do the tune-up on my bikes. And I'm going to show you what that tune-up includes, so you guys can do this at your house and you don't have to pay someone to do this. So let's get into it right now. So the first thing that I like to do over here, I will start from the top, so from the front tire, and I finish it over here at the back tire, which will give you some idea what am I looking for. So the first thing that I like to do, I'm gonna come down here and fill my tires. So if you look over here, I'm gonna make sure that I look at the how much pressure should I put in, and then I would put the usually 100 psi, and then that should be rock solid. Now there's maybe 50 psi right here, and that should be good to go. And at the same time, I would come back over here and then do the same for my rear tire. So I make sure that the both of my tires have 100 psi, and that's that for the tires. So now let's get into the first part of the bike. I like to start from the front and then finish at the back over there. Oh, by the way, ignore this. The bike stand was in storage, and I put this bag on top so that I don't get the dust on top. But anyways, so the first thing that you want to start off is that, again, we're going to come back at the tire, and I want to make sure that you don't have any play here. So here we go. Let's see if the tire is true. And as you see over here, I'm perfect. Yeah, so it looks like I'm good to go here. Tire, the wheel set is nice and true, and you're fine. Now another thing that I also like to check when I'm here, check here if you have any play. So I'm moving the tire. I mean the wheel, and there doesn't seem to have any plane there whatsoever, because you want to make sure you don't have a plane there. And that's pretty much for that. So your tires are pretty decent, and now we're gonna move over to the another one, which is the headset. So this is the headset, and if you see over here, the bike came with the Shimano 600. So the first thing that I like to do, usually if these things, if the headsets are loose, it will be this bolt over here. That bolt over here, which is gonna get kind of loose, and it will have some play there. And that's the indication that you may have to tighten this and at the same time service it. So put new grease in there and go from there. Again, I'm gonna grab the handlebar like this, and I'm gonna move it around. So you wanna make sure that it's smooth, and then you don't have that. You wanna drop the bike down when you're done, and see here that if you have a clunk, you shouldn't have a clunk there, and this thing should be smooth as it goes. Especially this one, if you read here, it's called sealed mechanism. So you have sealed bearings in there. So this thing should move. Let's catch it on camera. Should move nice and free there, and that's for that. Now, while you're here at the front part of the bike, you also want to make sure how the brakes are grabbing. So you see, let's try this one here. Now just for the reference, a couple of days ago, I have oiled, sorry, what am I talking about? Oiled the cables in there. So this is the domino effect, see? They're nice and snappy, and you just want to make sure that your levers don't have lots of play there. See this one? This one is perfect. This one is a little bit too much. I have too much play here. So that should be adjusted a little bit over there. Now since you're over here at the top, you also want to make sure that your battery, see? So you have some battery there. You're going to be cycling all summer, so you want to make sure that thing is good to go there. Again, you guys can see that the battery is pretty fresh. So this is the front part of the bike. Speaking about the main part here, Now I'm gonna also take you across over here. I also check my saddle. I make sure that it's nice and tight. Sometimes the screw in here will be a little bit loose, right there. You want to make sure that you want to check this bolt over here, which will align your saddle. Now keep in mind, in order to do this and stay clean, I'm using my gloves, so that really helps on it. It's really a nice feel as well. So again, back to the story here. At the same time, I also like to take the wrench, the park tool one that I usually have, and I love to check over here if this bolt is tight. Now you have it right here. And make sure if this thing is tight, and then if the saddle is tight, this bolt over here should be nice and tight as well, so that when you ride out there, your seat or the post doesn't slap, doesn't fall down, and it causes you to hurt your back. Yeah. Again, we are back of this section here of the bike, and I'm gonna come here and press the brake. Now, speaking about the brakes over here, let's see if I can catch it on camera. See, what ends up happening, you want to make sure that the calipers are biting equally here. Both of them should be, you shouldn't have one seized and one pushing in. You should have both of them equally biting. So that's what you have to make sure. Again, over here, you want to, when you're dealing with the brakes, you want to check your cables. As you can see in the video here, I have a brand new cable here that I need to put a crimp here. So I have a brand new cable. At the same time, if you look over here, I have a brand new cable housing. Again, so that's something that you want to see. You don't want to see any cracks here, any issues. You want to make sure that the cable is nice and mint. And then for the last part of your brakes, you want to make sure how much meat you have there. If you look over here from this angle, we have quite a bit of meat in here. So that's pretty much that. Again, I'm gonna take the this tire and go for a spin and see how true is tire. See? So looks like you're doing okay here. I don't have any plane there, so the tire is the wheel. Sorry, I meant to say the wheel is fairly true. And then again, looks like we should put some pressure here. So I definitely need some more air in my tire to get this tire to that PSI. And usually over here, it will tell you over here that usually these are 90 PSI. There's going to be marking over here that you should pump. I think I got it here. No. It's somewhere in here. It should tell you that you need to put 100 PSI in there. Now, anyways, so we are back here at the brakes. So this is the part where you want to check your drivetrain, and this starts right from here. So you want to make sure that that your gear levers they're fine, and that they're operating just the way you want them. Sometimes they tend to seize, so your brake levers, you want to make sure that they're smooth, they shift properly. This bolt over here that you see right there, that one tightens them, but not. So this is the bolt, the handle over there that controls how tight you want them to be. And that's something there. Now, again, you're gonna also come down and check your bottom bracket. Usually this thing can get a little loose, so you want to make sure your bottom bracket is there. And then again, you want to check your gearing, and you want to make sure how this is working. So you want to make sure, again, see, you're gonna change the gear. So that's pretty good. The one at the front, you want to make sure if this is going to operate, and that's pretty much that. So this will be my very formal tutorial how to check your bike and whatnot. And again, here at the back here, you also want to measure the chain sometimes. And that's pretty much that. I hope you found this useful. Like, subscribe, and look over to my right, where I do lots of videos on the bicycles. and at the bottom you subscribe.